Hi everyone, it's Bon here and welcome to this week's main work. This video of mine is to cover the topic what are interests and their overall role in the finance of banks and the economy. So let's first start up with what are interests. Interests are the cost of borrowing assets, and assets such as a house, a car, a loan, a mortgage rate, a stock or a bond, etc. can all be charged with interest. So the role of these interests for banks, firstly, are to maintain their policies and their goals, their mantra, their customers in a fixed rate. They need to understand how interest rates work in order to change their own rates in order to take in more customers and make more profit. Central bank policy rates, which are like the central bank's own interest rates, can influence banks based on the economic money value at that time. This means that the central bank also plays a crucial role in the finance of banks. So how do banks make profit? A bank makes profit when it lends out a loan. This loan, usually taking from 10 to 35 years at most to repay, is the way of a bank earns interest by taking out the money of that lender's interest. The interest on the loan can double or mildly increase itself rapidly throughout each year that borrower does not pay back the money. So a bank wants that borrower to keep the money for as long as possible so that they can make as much money as possible. The next thing I want to talk about is how interest rates affect the economy and what they do to the economy. So suppose that interest rates are really high. Central banks use just one tool to either lower them or control and stop them altogether. Interest rates. Interest rates can stabilize inflation rates, as when the federal government increases interest rates, they discourage spending, buying, and slow down the whole supply-demand system. This causes the slowing down of the economy altogether, and the magnitude of this is noticeable because now people buy less, spend less, and try to reserve their money to themselves. This will lessen the inflation about 1 to 2% as they want to lower the interest rates to only 1 to 2% per annual. The bank or the federal government would try to do everything they can. Lastly, what are the benefits from interest rates to banks, central banks, and the economy overall? So, as you already know, banks make money from profit, central bank policy rates influence the bank's profit overall, and the economy is stabilized by interest rates. So, how do these factors make the financial industry important? Interest rates make all of these crucial for understanding the financial industry, as interest rates, from controlling inflation rates to lowering the food prices of your local fried chicken market. This name or term of the financial industry controls everything in the financial industry, from the value of money, time value of money, the inflation, etc. and etc. That is all for my video, and one little additional thing. I learned that most experts say point instead of the interest rate rose by 1%. Instead of saying that, they say the interest rose by 1 point. So suppose the interest rate is 5% this year. When people say it rose by 1%, they mean that it rose by 1% of that 5%, which is 0.05%. However, when we say 1 point, we mean 1%, like 1% of 100%. So it is 6% overall and not 5.05%. That is all for my video. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day and goodbye. Bye.